with my pen at? It's okay, I'm gonna just use a pencil. Sleeping on me is like sleeping on your death. You better know when it comes going to set. But yeah. I'm just right here just getting this word. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. I flip to this page. This is how I do shit. I randomly, when I go to my content or I go to things that surround me, I randomly flip through my literature, and this is how I my shadow word journal, but this book too, Battlefield of the Mind, and my notes that I have too, and also my videos. So right now, I have I flip to this random page, and then I'm gonna go to this video, and then I'm gonna go to a random part, or I'm gonna press play from where I'm at after I read this. All the better, thank you for the likes. So it says, there's a culture of negativity swirling around the internet and even rebounding of those we claim to like. Constant comparison of one human against another drives you into a web of negative and loveless thoughts. That is wild, because I always, in my mind, I always say I'm not comparing myself to anyone, because I'm only in competition with when you're only in competition with yourself and you see yourself for who you are, you only can be yourself. You can only defeat the older version of yourself, but then go look back at your older self and correlate yourself with your older version, because your older version of yourself may have more knowledge upon what you're going through at another moment in time. So like as we get better with ourselves, as we get better with us, you cannot neglect your past self, because your past self will show you something that, like, I've seen it before. I thought I was like, because I looked at a video where I was reading a book 3 days before. Then I looked at a video that I just made, and the video I made 3 days before was correlating to more where I was saying that at that time. So when you know what you need to do, you need to do again. There's a culture of negativity swirling around with constant comparison of one human. I was just saying, again, I don't know what it says. So look, it went to part 6, fill in the blank. Look, it says, as I grow older, I feel like the accomplished part of me becomes further and further away. This is a part of myself that the first thought of me that I wrote at this time. Like, I started this in September, so mind you that. And then I'm going to play this video. So as I grow older, I feel like the accomplished part of me becomes further and further away. I feel worried towards this. Sometimes I put myself in pondering. And that's when I was pondering about people comparing to other people, because I know other people compare, say, oh, this person does this. You can't compare to other people. This is going to help most people too. I understand that I'm ever changing and evolving each day. One way I can foster my child self by cracking and rising. I will always recognize the younger part of me and show the version of myself the love and recognition. And see, that right there is another proof. That I'm not even gonna lie to you. I randomly flip through stuff like this. And let me listen to this right here. I'm gonna press play and see what it says, okay? What, no matter how pure you are, the devil will try to get into you. And it can seep through you. Not everyone's perfect, but if you have that willpower to say no to it, then you have that. You know, it just won't touch you. That's how golden you are. You say, oh, hell no, you dead. What you okay, dead? So hold on. Let me rewind, and I'm going to fast forward to another random part, because I was just in the middle of watching it. So, because it's me reading Battlefield of the Mind, this one chapter. So let me stop right here. You were a kid, from what you love, from your memories, from what you are already set to be. And when you are already set to be, you already know it's gonna be good. You know? And just and it goes to sticking with who you are as a person, not caring what no one else think. Now it's cool. Now we all grow up and we understand, but shoot, what I like to do is what I'm supposed to do, and I can relate it to anything. And that's one part of it right there. You know, it kind of correlates with everything that I'm saying. I'm comparing with myself. I compare everything I do to myself, and even if I was to go to one of my songs that I have made, which I don't even really need to go to, because at this moment I'm still figuring, like, I'm about to drop something soon. Not this. It's probably gonna be in the beginning of next year, because I told myself I wasn't gonna drop any raps this Christmas, so I'm gonna keep my word to myself. And then now I'm about to look into my notes and look at this right here. Okay, so this photo that I drew. This is like an abstract photo that I drew myself, right? And I can explain this. It seems like this is a center point. This right here is the center point, and it's like all the energy is getting directed to what's going, or it can be inside of your mind, and all the thoughts and emotions from other people inside your mind come into one focal point, and then it's getting actually spread back too, if you think about it, you know. And that's kind of like the same thing with people comparing. When people compare to you to someone else, or you get comparisons, it doesn't have to be at one time. It can be all at one time, like all time frames. When you think about it, when people hear voices, it's not the voices that, it's not like a communication, it's like a all-time thing. These are people's all-time feelings, all-time emotions about you, the aspects of who you are, how they feel about you, how people perceive you, and all of that. So it forms who you are, and they get that same notice too. That's what auras contend to be. So within that, there's a lot that goes with that too, because like every time I think, I figure out something new. There's no, you can't be too stagnant upon yourself, and the more you figure something out, the more wise you get. I got so many notes in here. It's like rhymes in here. It's systems in here that I use for myself. Like I always go to this one. I'm reluctant to go to this new one that I made, because this right here, this one is powerful. They're both powerful things. This is powerful. This is a guide on being a better person for yourself, and humility and resilience. And this right here goes hand in hand on how to forgive yourself and forgive others for what you do. Like, it's a system. And you can find the characteristics within inside yourself. And these are type things that I want to use to help people, you know. But I'm going to keep, because I have videos on this one. I'm going to go with this one right now, because the next one is just like, it's very powerful stuff. And I'm not, it's positive, but it's so powerful that it's certain people that do not need to even look at that at that moment. It's just like, I need to just wait for it and just have it's like a personal thing, but I'm going to do this one since it's already up on my page. So I'm going to go to a random number, right? This is what we're about to do. I'm about to flip it for you. Appreciative. Noticing someone else's situation is could be worse than mine. Then I went to staying focused. Then I went to discipline and went to patience. Again, staying focused and being comfortable accepting the truth of our fate. Now we can go to another one. You can go to humble and becoming a better person without pulling our roots. And that goes to staying focused, patient. And then I went to resilient, willpower to keep on going. That all goes coincide. You see how I got it like this? There's a point of interest all up in this. So this is my basically it's like my artwork. I signed it, you know. I'm going to make this bigger, and you could put it as a poster, put it as a different color sheet, do it in different colors, do it in different fonts, but it's going to be exactly in this style how I did it, because this is how I created it. You know, this is how I created my stuff, so this is how exactly it's going to be, and that's why you always sign your artwork. This is art, you know. It's more than just a game, because I could use that can be used. I can trademark that, and that could be used. And I really feel like that's what I'm gonna do. This is the type of stuff that I do down here in this basement when I'm in my free time. Meditate, think. When you meditate, you think, you research, read things, you understand the world in a more different light than what it actually needs be. This right here is a personal note for sure, because it's a conversation I had with myself, and it's a lot of proof in there too. And yeah, it's it's personal stuff. Like I have to go through with this with a certain somebody, and I can't just do it with anyone. But this is another one. So I told myself anytime I need to be something, I will want to be it. KJ, and I have emotion. When emotions equals actions, reactions, force, will with faith. So actions equals emotion, force, will, reactions, and faith. It's different things that I have in here for ideas. I have a graphic design mental, okay? So I have different types of things that I could draw, and as well as things I could put together. But yeah, so me putting that down. Thank you guys for joining. I see you guys are in here. If you're in here, tap the screen, like the live. I just really be up in here spreading my knowledge, spreading my wisdom. Okay, so I flew to this page, and this page has a bookmark on it, and it reminds me of something every time. Cause when I went to, like, I've been in psych wards, mental hospitals, but I feel like people like that we're just misunderstood. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the follow. We're just misunderstood, and people get scared of people with unique talents, But you have to hone these talents. We when we hone these talents, it becomes evident on who you are too as a person. Not needless to say that everyone can read, everyone, anybody can, but you just have to go through with your own path to find out how you can do it. So when you tell yourself, when you tell your mind something, your mind will tell you the same, that you won't do it. It will block it off for your mind. So if you limit yourself, you just limit yourself. But you cannot get too comfortable with anything. Don't ever get too comfortable with anything. Don't ever feel like it's your in life that you'll always be set. Because once you feel like when you start feeling comfortable in life, life will show you itself that you need to always get back up and work hard. That's why I always say, the more I'm grateful for what I have, and I'm grateful I can come back down from nothing, because when I'm down, I'm always look back to when I was. So that's how you stay humble. But I switched to this right here. Let's say it says, it happens very often. We don't treat ourselves with the kindness and respect we deserve. We become insecure, and this affects our confidence, attitude, and health. This results in a struggle to show love towards others in the way we want to, which in turn affects the expressions of love we receive. So basically with that, I basically got I'm gonna keep on reading. It's nice when your talents are recognized, when your work is rewarded, your achievements applauded, or your looks appreciated. In these moments, we justify our existence. We're flattered, we feel loved, we feel important, life feels great. Free Israel, yes, free Israel for sure. You know, like, because of the hostages in Israel, they have it bad right now. So it's like, it's more so too, like, China is going to war with the U.S. All that's going on. You already know, yeah, all that is going on. But right now, we can only do what we can do for ourselves right now, as the war is continuing going on. It's more so it calmed down in the spiritual realm, but the world outside our world is a reflection of our world inside of us as well. So what we can do is stay aware, and then stay in our own lanes. If you stay in your own lanes, the world will flow freely. The world will flow better. Like, it's effects with this. I could talk about the more so domino effect with the world, because every decision you make every day is not just your outcome. It's the decision you make for everyone else's outcome too, who's around you. So it's critical, and it's dangerous to act upon selfish gain or need, because it can mess you up, but it can also mess everyone else up. This is why we often pick up slack for, not even pick up slack. This is why everyone is supposed to be non-reluctant for help, or not reluctant to help. So we just stay in our lane. We do what you can. That's how the world gets ran. This is how businesses are run. Why do I sound like that? I don't know. I'm just saying. It is cold down here, but back to what I was going with. Most things in life, if one thing happens, it prevents another thing from happening, and vice versa. Sometimes you can feel like it's cold. I am inside. Sometimes where you, if you conflict with it yourself, if you have a something that I feel like most people have, something like ADHD, PTSD, psychosis, disconnection with reality, special knacks, special gifts. Even people with like cerebral palsy or autism can relate, because they can do the same thing we can, and then see the world in a whole another way. Not everyone sees the world in the same view, the same light. Some people, like me, when I look back at my past, I can feel the thoughts of the past. I can feel the thoughts of the past, of people in the past. So when I line it up, and you say you black and you have ADHD, why don't I have a roof? When you go back in time within your mind, and you get to that point, and you stay truthful to yourself, that's where it gets confirmed, and life confirms itself for you, and it gets better for you. So you have to go through every part. What's up with y'all? What's up, Susu? You have to go through every part of your mind, every part of your life. You can peer to the future, but if you peer too much into the future, you will neglect yourself as the past. You know what they say, close the book, a chapter, before opening a new one. You know, when you read a book, you can go back and reread that chapter, because you're gonna miss something. It's like playing a game, and you miss that point of that game, and like you beat the level, but you missed that part of that level. You can go back to that level and grab that artifact. So when you could treat that in life as well. Again, the book, the game, movies, treat all that in that same system. This is what life is. Life is about cycles and systems. So when you go redo a cycle or redo a system, this is how you become the better person for your ludicrously possible. You can always go back and don't be scared with it. Thank you for that. I used to be scared of it because it feels so real. It feels so real, but like I know that it's things that I can do that others can't. And with that being said, it's because what people say, when you remember what people say and you remember how your life goes, it just correlates to where it is. Some people can see peer into the future, and some people can go back and peer into the past and then correlate and line it up to what's going on today. And everything that's been going on today is, again, from on a higher spectrum of past generations, but also everyone's generations around us. And life just votes for you. Life, that's how things choose you. When you try to choose something, life will show you why you shouldn't choose that. And that's why things choose you. When I was younger, I did not feel like I had a talent or an act for anything. But now, as I got older, I can step my foot into any point. Any point of what you think, any point of what I think and what I've been through, I know I can go into that form. And then I could utilize it to whatever I need to do. But I know when to do it, when not to. This is how you go through faith. Faith is, again, faith equals the force. I put that as a quote. Force equals the faith. You can use it to it's like a double. When you use a metaphor, it's like a bar in a song. You can use it for multiple things. You can use it could be multiple meanings of things. Like when you say Pat had a bakery, the bakery baked itself. So Pat's bakery baking itself. Why? Because when you baking that bakery, you getting that cake and you make that cake making more cake. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what that is. Pat make a bakery, the bakery making itself. I just made that in my head like just now. So when that happens, you can utilize that for anything. Utilize one thing and correlate to the next thing. This is how you learn secrets of the universe. How you unlock things for yourself. And I'm just giving out the free game just because. Like if you on here, just adhere to the advice. It's gonna work out for you. Like go ahead, take some notes. Nah, I might post this on YouTube too. I have a YouTube channel. It's in my bio. It's Boba Descentu. I have multiple videos on there. I'm gonna play one more from this video, then I'm gonna go to another one randomly, and then I'm gonna do the same thing. A believer, if you have an open mind, you can pick something out of here and use it for your life. I just told you on how. I just did a whole spectacle and high speculation. But when I say devil, it's just basically from yin and yang. Now, yang and yin, they're basically the same thing. It doesn't even matter which good or bad, because there is no good or bad. Joyce Myers. For somebody else, bad could be good, quote unquote. So if you put a negative aspect into the world and somebody believes it, it could be good to them because that's what's gonna fuel them. Or it could be bad to someone else because that's something that's against their morals, you know? So again, that's basically on how it is. It's so much notoriety in the devil being an angel sent from heaven. It was banished and was here to lead this world forever, or to meet this earth forever, to hold hostages as demons. You know what I mean? So yeah, before I get too deep into that, you can get sucked into that video just because it's a 48-minute video and that has a lot of. I'm reading this book right here, as you can see. I'm reading this book in my hand. I haven't even flipped and opened to this book because I'm planning on making another part of this video reading this book. That's some powerful stuff again. And I just basically continued my own conversation with this using a random look. I'm not even kidding to you. I do like this. And I stop. Let's see what I say. Worthily as we ought to be in the Spirit himself goes to meet our supplication and pleads in our behalf with unspeakable yearnings, groanings to the deep for utterance. You know, that's just basically saying, hold on to the Holy Spirit. Hold on to the Holy Spirit. And it's just me basically, reading and then getting my own knowledge worth out of it, because you can look into any type of book. Again, having an open mind. When you have an open mind, you can look at anything and gain from something, no matter what it is, no matter what you believe in, no matter what people, if you don't agree with somebody, anything that you can see and say, you can take something from out of it. So right now, again, I'm gonna use another part of this shadow work journal, because why not? It goes to this. It goes to my gratitude list. I'm not gonna do that one because that's just a list. So I can do another part of the shadow work journal because it skipped to this. It said avoidance. Motivation moves you forward, but what are you moving away from? What do you try your best to avoid in life? Are there certain emotions attached to these things that you don't want to experience? Okay, so avoidance. What I would avoid myself from is not so much the mind bending spirits, but more so like when you walk into a room and you feel an essence that's just not meant for you. That's the thing that you avoid. So it's like negative, pessimistic aspects. So it's like things like that. It's not too much more I would even have to write for that, because it's like, again, like I said, you will know what you need to do when you need to do it. You will know, if especially if you're on that type of frequency, that level. If you're on that level, you know exactly what you do. Like, I have a set. I'm not ashamed of anything right now. I have a set part of myself that I know. Like, look, I'm only gonna have this pleasure time once a week, and I don't even want to have that. But I know I'm human, and I know I have needs as well. And I would love to change my diet, but I have to have an income for that part as well. That's why my life is where I'm at in my life. But I'm gonna meet in the middle with it. I have a video on YouTube called The Law of Magnetism, and it's basically explaining how when you are inside of, when you're yourself in the middle of this, in the middle of life, right? This is the middle part of life, and there is your past life, and this is your ultimate outcome. This is like your big boom explosion part, or the light solidness. So once you move from this part, it turns into this, because this part right here, this is a new part of your life right here inside the middle. So it's a lot of things that you have to break through to break your generational curse. Everyone has one. Every family has one. When you break and you can break your own too. Everyone has their own. It's like a circle inside of a circle inside of a circle. You got to start inside yourself, and then that's when that circle gets cracked. You can move through that crack and then keep on going. And you can go back into it. It's like that view of the earth that is flat, like looking at it like this. You know about them inner ice walls and stuff like that, and how you, it's like you can use that inside your mind too. Use that inside your mind about how you feel about what things is. I don't know what you believe in, what it is, but that's just how you do it. So one more thing before I end this video, because I just might post this one again on YouTube. Again, I'm gonna post this on YouTube because I'm gonna look back at it and see, or I'm gonna just keep it inside. So one last thing. This one says, appreciate your physical beauty. Just on a lighter note, it says, it's great to take care of yourself when it comes to physical appearance. We should always feel comfortable in our own skin, and looking after your body is a healthy habit. The fact that you have a body at all is incredible. You're a reflection of the wonder of nature. Whether you believe in God or not, when the world was created, it wasn't given rules or instructions to help humankind assess what physical beauty is. No, there's ideas formed by all of us today that often moderated as manipulated mainstream media. I feel like everyone needs that at certain point in times. Just because I look at myself and I be like, man, I know I'm handsome and everything, but like, I get insecure just because of, sometimes everyone has insecurities. Like, dang, sometimes my nose look too big, or like, dang, man, my TV's getting, you feel me? But just when this is what we do this for. I'm gonna go to the shadow work journal. This is what you have positive affirmations for too. So, because there's affirmation listing here. You always can tell yourself you're worth it. You can tell yourself you're beautiful. You tell yourself you are unique. Like, when you tell yourself this, it helps a lot. And this is for everyone. I don't want to feel like I don't want to feel like I'm overwhelming anyone. I don't want to feel like that I am better than anyone, because I know I'm not. That's one thing. That's a security within me, and I'm grateful for that. I can stay humble. I would not put no one's vision down. And that's how what being open mind is. You always have to have an open mind to see who someone is for who they are, and no matter who they are. That's a pact of an artist. Okay, that's an artist thing. You cannot tell someone that their art is not art, or you cannot tell someone their art is not better than someone else's, or because everyone has a different views. What's good to someone is terrible to someone else. Like, I could look at my room and I see the artist inside of me, but other people may not see it. But this is how you thicken your skin. When someone says that, you can take constructive criticism, but the confidence in your own art, and that's what a true artist is, when you have confidence in your own art. Because as one artist to another, you can always give advice, but you always should know how to adhere to your own heart for yourself. It's like, don't care what no one else thinks. And that's just from me to you. No matter what it is, No matter if you feel like it looks cool, somebody else may think it's dumb, but somebody else gonna look at it and be like, that's so simple. Why didn't I think of doing that? You know, that's the point of it, though. That's the point of art in itself. When you have an artistic mind, there's more to it than what meets the eye. You have to, when the more you look at something, the more different it is. The more you talk to somebody, the more deeper you get connected with someone, the more they keep on surprising you and surprising you. It's like, are they ever gonna get word or get stopped, or what I mean? And that's what creates haters too. But this right here, I am protected. I deserve happiness. A feeling of peace comforts me. I am loved. I am capable of every dream and worthy of every desire. That's a big one. You have to say these twice too. I am protected. I deserve happiness. I am in control of my feelings. A feeling of peace comforts me. I am capable of every dream and worthy of every desire. And that's that right there. That there's more of them. But again, these type of books very much help. Okay, these books help. It may, just because it looks dark, it has a black cover, there's very much a lot of positive things that's in here. Like this book right here is basically the same thing as this Shadow Work Journal. And the Battlefield of the Mind right here, this is a Christian book. But they use scriptures from the Bible, but they also have similar things to this and this inside of this same book. Because this person that made this, Joyce Myers, they often probably know other people. They basically gear towards a whole audience, like the whole, you can take, like, again, this is why I'm reading online, because I take out what I need to take out for my needs too, so I can explain it in my own way, so everyone can relate to it. But it does it in here as well. I haven't even finished oh yeah, I'm a male, thank you. I haven't even finished the book, but I know when I'm gonna need to finish it. It may be tomorrow, but right now, I'm just saying, I'm just here now, We good. I might end this live and then go back on to it a little later, because I would want to post this somewhat. So I may just save it and then edit it, just because what's up with you guys? I'm done with that little spiel talk. Done with that little spiel. What's up? How y'all feeling? Thank y'all for 1.4K likes. That was too powerful for y'all. That was some good power, huh? That's what you call power, for sure. When people ask, like, are we getting powers? Like, you can enhance yourself. That's power right there. Just use it for something. You probably feel like the whole world could feel this right now. Looking thirsty. I ain't got no water. But yeah, though, what's up? It's 10 of y'all up in here. We could go and do some battles, but at this moment, nah. I want to see if my other video posted when I was talking about the law of, I said the law of magnetism. It's the law of attraction, but there's also, like, it's a different version of that I say about law of attraction. I have not read no 48 Laws of Power. I haven't read any of those books. This is just what I'm getting from my own mental. You know what I mean? This is just my own notations from how I experience life, and from other things. But just because 48 Laws of Power it is a good book. I know it is. But I really feel like all those principles in all of these books, you can learn this stuff just through yourself. Like, knowing yourself, you can learn what these books have to offer by looking up different types of scriptures of the same thing, of the same caliber. Like, thank you, I appreciate it. Just because it's a book for a reason. People that make this stuff, they get it the same way that I'm basically getting it myself. It's through knowing yourself, knowing the world, and your view of the world. That's how things are created, okay? Anything that we think inside of our mind, it depends on what it is. You create it. You can create somebody without even knowing them. And that's very powerful right there. You can create an aura. You can create a thought of someone just by not even knowing them, but just what you spew out. Again, what we talk about, what we think about, what we spew out into our life, it creates something. This is why they always say there's no such thing as always being the best or being the smartest, because it comes from somewhere. It comes from somewhere. And yeah, It's not too dangerous, because especially if you're careful. And this is why we feel like we meet people and we feel like we met them before. When you feel like you met someone before, you guys may have the same type of aspect, that same type of aura, and same type of emotional wavelength. So you know when to talk to them and when not to talk to them. You know when to do things. When you know when to do things and when not to do things, this is where you elevate to. But you all have to be on the same page, no matter who you are. So things become how they become. But yeah. Thank you guys again for joining. I just noticed myself I had mismatched style. So this is just my style though. Like I just be inside of this style. I'm only 27 years old, but my mind is a mind of 1,000-year-old. I'm not gonna limit myself. I would never limit myself. I would say I'm wise as I'm probably as wise as my great grandfather is, when he was probably 50 years old, or because he might have been highly inclined too in his day, versus our day, our days versus the days that our parents and our grandparents is. I'm in the middle of a whole generation millennial. I'm a millennial, but I'm also in like right there by Generation Z. So millennials right now, we know about things that happened when our grandparents were alive, and when I was in school, because like slavery was not that the Holocaust of slavery was not that long ago. My memory is very very great and very vivid, so I know about what imperialism is, about taking over things. I know about what war is. I know about different democratic parties too. So basically, judicial system, the executive system, and the legislative system, all of those can correlate to what U.S. is today. And no matter what, it can go all around into a purpose. When I go into a conversation, I can go back to where I was talking about. I know that's where I got it. So anything, again, when I was talking about the system, everything is a cycle and everything is a system. When you use that system for everything, this is how it says stop vaping. I don't vape. Oh, stop yapping. No, I'm just saying thank you for the compliment. But again, when you feel like a system is made, this is how businesses run, this is how countries are led, this is how squads survive. Everyone on the same page, everything happens. You can look at it inside of nature. There's the water cycle. There's how rocks are formed, how volcano erupts, all of this stuff, how a sun is made. Everything in nature, you can correlate it to whatever you need to do to make whatever you need. A video game, a movie, a TV show. All of these things are a connection, okay? All of these things are a connection. So again, more than time than others, people are scared to say things. It's no point to fear or to be scared to say things. I know what side of the spectrum I am on. So I know I when I stay in my lane and I do things I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to do it. And then people love this type of stuff. There's some people that do love this type of stuff, and I am going to post this. You will see it somewhere, just in case. There's whenever I feel like that, you will see me somewhere. Okay? You're going to see me somewhere, and when people feel like that they miss me, you have some questions. Okay, go ahead. When people feel like they miss me, they can go back and look at it. So what's your question? I may be able to answer within what I already have too. But just go ahead and let me know what's your question. I want to know how long I've been live. Okay, I've been live for 34 minutes. I'm probably going to be only live for an hour because I want to make my video just an hour long. Love the socks. Thank you. How am I doing today? I am fantastic. I had to wrap some gifts for my nephew, my brothers. Can you join the live and interview me? As long as you're not on not serious time, because I'm on a serious time frame right now. You may be able to next live, I guess, but if you want to, just drop some questions in the comments, because I'm posting this on my YouTube, and positive vibes only, yes, for sure. I'm posting this on my YouTube, and I don't want any troll. I don't want you to be trolling, and Just you could just ask them in the comments. Just ask them in the comments. That's what I'm feeling right now. My YouTube is the same as my TikTok. It's Boba the Sensu. It's in my bio. I have all different types of videos in there. Thank you for the likes. We had 2.k likes. Yeah, I have all different types of. It's in my Instagram too. I have videos on my Instagram. I have 2 Instagrams. Once you click the link in that one Instagram, it'll link you to the other one as well. And I have my link tree is inside my Instagram bio. I should post it in my other Instagram bio too. But go to Boba the Sensu. All my links are there. All my socials are in my links. I have Twitch, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that. I have all of that there. You know, you're so proud of me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I like to hear that. But yeah, my links are all in my YouTube. I mean, not my YouTube bio. My Instagram bio. But my YouTube is always in my TikTok bio. You said, drop your nuts, bro. You're funny. I just have this voice. You know what I mean? I'm grown. I just have this voice. I'm supposed to have this voice for the purpose that I have. And my purpose that I have is I can change it. I can lower it. Or I can heighten it. But this is just my actual voice. I can lower my voice whenever I need to. Whenever I need to, I can lower it. But I'm not going to force my voice to be lowered. I don't need to force it. This is just my comfortable way of doing it. He said, bro, no, he's good. Like, people are going to say what they're going to say. But that's just another thing. You cannot get too. This is how I became who I am, right? It started off as when I was like 14, 13 years, 11 years old. And when I was 11 years old, that's where I first felt this first sight of depression. Like my brother and sister, my my older sister and my brother, he's like around the same age group as me. But we and I have a younger sister too, but besides that right now, we used to always butt heads. We used to always do things. They used to always call me Crybaby KJ, things like this. KJ, why are you so this and that and the third? It's been like that since I was a kid. But I felt like that no one really. I knew I was different. And that was the point of it. I'm just basically the different child. I'm the middle child. So it's like that middle child always, again, in that middle force, that law of attraction, everyone always is right there looking at the older kid has the most responsibility, but the younger kid has to get taken care of. But the middle child is right there in the middle to go to listen to the older kid. But like having an older sister versus being the boy, you have to be the strong male all the time, but also take care of your little sister. You know what I mean? But be the strong male in both sides. So and that's what a gratitude hard life is. That's the life that I live today by day, and that's what the base of me is. So I always told myself I was gonna be myself, stay positive, but going out into the world will show you it's easy to fall into the trap of being just like everyone else, wanting to do discouraging things, fight, steal, kill, no matter what it is. But me, as I got into the teenage years, when I was 11, I used to, my sister threw a fork at me, almost hit my eye, but I blocked it. You know what I mean? I thought I was Bruce Lee back then. Even back then, I used to listen to Michael Jackson, dance like Michael Jackson, and fight like Bruce Lee. And that just reminds me of who I am today, too, because I do the same thing. I train, I dance, I sing, I make music. But other than that, I'm going to continue on to tell you guys just a little bit about myself, and I'm going to post this. And you guys can always just rewind and pause when I post this. So, moving on to when I was 16 years old, you know, I was in my stage. I was low-key a little bit of a liar, yeah. I done stole some things here and there. But something had shown me inside of me to tell me, like, yeah, I believe it's like mostly like God too, showing me this is not this is not what you're gonna be. You're not gonna do this. And it's adhering to the advice from your parents, from other people around you, to be yourself and having a tougher skin. So when I realized, look, it's okay to be who I am. I love cartoons, I love anime, but I know I'm not who people think. You're not about to bully me. You're not about to push me around. So you stand upon your ground. Always stand your ground, but always not neglect your roots. That's just me. I will not neglect my roots. But I've been down, and this is what a journey is. When you become down to the lowest, and when you go to the low, you don't know how the top feels until you hit the bottom. And I've hit the bottom a few times, and it doesn't matter to whoever is out there. If someone tells you hustling backwards, tell them that that's the actual way that you're supposed to be going, because you cannot just keep on going and just keep on going and keep on going. You can, but like if you keep on going, you're gonna neglect how you were in the past and how it feels to be at the bottom, and you're gonna get too big headed. You're gonna get too cocky, and then once you fall, you're gonna fall hard. So if you go back and you fall, If you go back and you fall, you know how it is to get right back up and get it right back. But then look back and be like, remember I was like that? And it makes you think different. It makes you think so different. It can make you a humble individual, but also can make you hidden in plain sight too. So once you start feeling auras, energy, and inside yourself, you tell yourself you can do this. If it start with initial thought, you tell yourself you can do this. I'm an optimistic person. When you see me, I'm happy. I'm always happy. So that's why I feel like people always, often, when I do have something that's going on and I express myself, and especially if it's someone that's been around you for a while, they notice that and they're like, well, what's wrong with you? Hope I have a nice Xmas, thank you. They'll be like, what's wrong with you? Or they won't even ask what's wrong with you. They'll just like push you away. But sometimes they don't notice it. You can't blame them. It's about how used to them of you being okay you are. That's another thing. People will be so okay for you to be okay, like used to you being okay, they forget to check on you. They go to their everyday life, or they start thinking about you, and they'll just start just saying, dang man, I wonder what he doing, da da da. But then they'll look on here and be like, okay, yeah, he good. And then that's just that's cool. But to I don't make any sense. But you just not gonna adhere to what I'm saying. That's all that is. But this is what it is that means to be on your own journey too. Not everyone's gonna understand how you are. Not everyone's gonna understand how you feel. So there's no need to explain nor complain. Never need to explain nor complain. So that's just the most part about how you can be yourself and know yourself. Thank you, all the better. But yeah, he was just you. It was just an example, and I can understand that. I'm glad you muted him, because they gonna be able to come back. You don't ever have to block anyone in here, because they're just gonna do what they're gonna do. But yeah, so it's just get critical. It just get critical sometimes, and life will show you that. Life will show you a lot about yourself. If you're loyal to yourself, life will show you too many things that other people will, because like, needless to say, like I had to think about something. Like, it was these quotes, I listen to a lot of music, and yeah, once you loyal to yourself, your loyalty for yourself will outshine anything, because no matter if someone asks you for something, but that's a test too. I had to learn that the hard way too. Stop giving people so much of yourself. Because if you let people get too much, if you give people enough access to yourself, they will utilize that to the death of themselves, and try to take you down with them. But that's where you have to cut it off. It gets harder and harder every time. So like, once you cut it off, if people show you who they are every day, and if they don't comply, that's when you have to execute like that. You don't block on me. Okay, cool. That's cool. So yeah, that's where you have to execute like that. But again, I'm not gonna see it every time. This is one of my biggest downfalls. I take things so slow. I take it too slow. I miss something when sometimes where the other person may wanted to get it, where the other person may wanted to get it more so at that time. And this is why no one's perfect. You're not going to understand something at one time. It's, again, once you talk to someone, you ever talk to someone and you feel like, dang, I should have said this to them at this moment. It's meant for that, because once you thank you, Terrence, I appreciate it. Once you talk to somebody and you feel like, and you think about it later, you be like, dang, why didn't I tell them this then? That's just a sign for the next conversation. And if you don't remember it, they already know, or they already heard you, or they probably think about something else, and you guys have another conversation, then something else get left out. Then the next, thank you for the follow, the next conversation y'all having the conversation of y'all life. But then as well, it gives you time to miss someone too, and it keeps things very spontaneous. Being spontaneous is one of the golden things in friendships and relationships. And once you find your someone, and once their someone knows you, they know how to ask you without even telling you, or they know how to do things without even knowing, because you can be mad at that person, or not even mad per se. You could be envious of your partner. You can be you can miss somebody. Your partner could do things just to make you upset, but they will make it up to you little by little. It's like letting anger out and letting basic pride in, or happiness in. They can make you happy, they can make you sad, but it's the way that they do it that makes it all the better. And that's what the true value of a relationship is. If you guys are wondering, this is just how it goes. And I could explain it better, but it's just meant to be explained on how it's explained. So you do not want to be the one to break somebody down and break their heart. Sometimes people do need to get their heart broken, though. Sometimes people do need to get their because I've had my heart broken, but it made me more solid to where I am today. But the person I am not the type to. I notice things. I am not the type to go for having a rebound person. Thank you for the rose. If you guys know what I'm saying, if I'm pursuing something, if I'm pursuing someone, and I see somebody else that low key, I feel like that they deserve someone like that too. I commend them. No matter who it is. You say you'll tap back when you're later. Okay, for sure, Terrence. I literally know what's the deal within certain things, but I'm not gonna elaborate on certain things. But just me. I am not a heartbreaker, but sometimes you accidentally break someone's heart, but it makes them stronger. But then when you do that, you feel not even sympathy, you feel the empathy for them, and it makes you attached to them in certain ways inside of your mind and your heart. But you have to listen to your mind and your heart and your decision making to know what you need to do and who to be around, because everyone deserves something. Everyone deserves someone, and it's a decision that we just make, and that in turns. It fucks a lot of things up, because you cannot. I'm a firm advocate of you cannot have your cake and eat it too, because I know for a fact I wouldn't want to do something to someone that I wouldn't want done to me, because I know it's somebody out there that wants a loyal person. Okay, everyone wants somebody loyal, but they don't trust that you can be loyal because of what they've probably been through in the past and what they're going through right now. What's up? And this is why you always have to heal. You always have to heal from your past decisions, your past life, and set boundaries with the person. If the person doesn't know, set boundaries, you will be left looking dumb, because to me, it's not even looking dumb. It's more so this. It's always going to be an open stage, an open book. So it gives them room to someone else to think. I'm not going to elaborate on it too much because it's too much. It's personal things, but it's just something that's going on. But yeah, to the point is, when you find your soulmate, sometimes you feel like, yeah, you're not single. You can act not single, but you are single. Just because you are single don't mean you should act single. It just gives you preparation for when you are sound like one. It just gives you preparation for when you do have a woman, or when you do in turn get with whoever you get with. And that's just that purpose, and that's just who I am. I just practice what I preach. I hold accountability for my word, and no matter what if you do that, you hold accountability for your word. It will never bite you in the back. It will only hinder whoever, that if you don't keep your word, I will not trust you. I will not trust. If you cannot keep your word, I will not trust you, no matter what it is. I can, and I always forgive. You can forgive too. You can forgive. It's just forgiveness, because once you forgive, you won't forget it at all. But once you forgive, you can forgive. You can keep on forgiving. If they keep on doing it again and again, that's where you have to execute. That's where you have to execute and just detach. And that's going to be a challenge in itself, detaching. And it takes time to heal from that, because once you take your time to heal from that, you're back at what you need to do. That's why I feel like most of the times you do not need a spouse. You just need a couple good friends, and that's how relationships is. You have to start as friends. You cannot just start doing things, mixing auras, mixing energies. You can mix aura on the mentally and emotional side. That's what communication is. Mixing on the mental and emotional side, but it still gets confusing. You have to set its rules, its boundaries, it's certain things that goes on within that. And if you don't comply with them, then you're not the person for me. And that's that. Do not waste my time, because I won't waste yours. It's so much that as an asset that we both are. What's up? It's so much of an asset that we are. And he said mind blown, but no, there's so much. Well, how long are we on here for? 50 minutes. Okay, yeah, I'm almost done, guys. But there's so much of an asset that we are to where you will not even understand, to the point of it will keep on going. You're not my papa. But yeah, it will keep on going and keep on going, which I will not do. I will rather move on and continue with my life. But sometimes you need people that are right there, because if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. No matter what you want. But for my needs, I know I change for the better needs for myself. And if you're not on that wavelength, you will get left behind. And that's where you will fail. He or whoever they are, you will fail. You will fail if your life purpose will be failed, and you will end up, and I will end up basically right here, still here. Again, I'm not the one to keep on repeating the same thing. That is a definition of insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting different results is a definition of insanity. So, in this instant, in this thing, I'm not playing no cat and mouse game either. Like, I'm not gonna keep on pursuing something, going for something, and in fact, the games that you play, or whichever way. And the way that this conversation turned to, I'm gonna go to something different. Handling negative people. I had to get off of that topic because it was gonna swoop me in, and I was gonna keep talking about something that was personal inside me. I had to move on. Not everyone's going to get you, accept you, or even try to understand you. That's what I was just saying. You see how I just flipped to that? Remember, I was just saying that like 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes ago. Not everyone's going to get you, accept you, or even try to understand you. Some people will just not receive your energy well. Make peace with that and keep on moving towards your joy. What? You see what I mean? Everything lines up for a purpose. I know you have to know when to do things, when not to do things. Once you feel like when I start to elaborate too much about a person, you have to move on with it. Just move on with it so it doesn't mess everything up. Nearly every single person in this world, no matter how kind or amazing they are perceived to be by the majority, will have at least one person that dislikes them. This is proven facts. Only if you stayed alone in your home all day, no one saw you, spoke to you, or knew your existence, would no one show hatred towards you. That's impossible because of the day we live in this society. You acquire haters by being somebody, right? And I'm gonna move to another and set forth in your faith and keep your mind positive. That's it. And it works for you. God will work for you. Right? Like I said, moving with faith. But I'm going to go to another video I have on my YouTube. God bless you. I appreciate it. Only stick to one point of a religion. I look into different. There's another book that's over here. It's called Living Religion. You see what I'm saying? In my opinion, how can you believe there's only one part of God when there's so many other religions? You have to think about it for yourself. Put it down. Put down what your belief was before from your parents' belief and your other beliefs for your grandparents, and look at it for yourself. Do it make sense to have all these different they all have one thing in correlation? This is why you have to look through. I've looked into Confucianism. I looked into Taoism. Taoism is a study of, it's a theory that everything in earth is collectively God. Which, another thing, that's an awesome interpretation. Well, I had to go through that. Now, everything collectively in earth is ultimately God. This is how you relinquish fear as well. You can relinquish fear by having an open mind and knowing that everything around you revolves and works for you. Like in that last video before it said, let God handle it. When you think of God, you have to think of things for everything, not just, somebody that died on the cross for your sins. You were able to sin. You have to pray. But yeah, this is how you defeat sin, defeat temptation, defeat envy, greed, and stay prosperous. Stay prosperous. Forget the point of forget the point of doing the same thing over and over. You just have to find out what it is, because you can do the same thing over and over, but it has to be inside of a cycle, like I was talking about. And this cycle I just went right back into. Went to the book, went to my video. And now, again, I could probably open a part of this book, but I don't want to. I can't. Let's see what it has to say. How can he control us if we're going to be joyful and thankful no matter what the circumstances are? That's being the optimist, and that's what I am. You cannot let the sin destroy you, or the devil or the bad entities destroy you if you're stronger. there's things that can seep through you. Things can seep through you, and it can do things that you may not want to do, but like to the point where it's only a small little thing because of how strong you are. But the more, it's like a Dragon Ball reference, a Zenkai boost. You can get beat up, but you'll come back stronger. That's another way of saying once you get past the part that you're at, you can always go back and do it better. Again, we can go back and forth with the same logic, and this is how you become more of a better person. Habits, patterns, emotions, protection, controls bodily functions. This is unconscious things. Blaming, denying, lying, attachment to things, thoughts and feelings, short-term memory, decision-making, movement, analytical filter. These are conscious things, critical thinking, willpower. All of this stuff, it's just right here in the Shadow Word Journal. So let me do like this. It went back to, as I grow older, I feel accomplished. Parts of me becomes further and further away. I feel worried towards it. Sometimes I put myself in a box, pondering, understand that I'm ever changing, evolving each day. Merry Christmas to you all for sure. So this book is probably not the right book to be looking at this moment, but then we can keep on going back and forth with it. But I'm about to head up off of here. We've been on here for 56 minutes. We can wrap this up and basically say, for the point of this, stay yourself. When someone calls it, like, you could say stay weird or stay aware, stay weird, but no matter what, no matter how messed up it feels, or no matter, not even messed up, no matter how different you feel, right? Stay to your different, stay to you. Okay? You can always look back into yourself and make yourself better. You can throw out bad habits, and you can always feel within your own faith. If you feel like that you cannot find something, like I lost my phone the other day. I found it today. But the not like lost my phone, the phone I'm using, but it's a phone that I use for a distinct purpose. It was meant to be lost. Like, I have headbands that I don't have right now that's in this room somewhere that I've lost, but the room's not dirty. So when that happens, you know it's gone for a reason for that time. It's gonna end up popping up somewhere. It's gonna end up popping up somewhere, and you're gonna figure out why it's gonna pop up at that same time. So you have to, that's just a small thing. Just trust in with it. Do not force too much things. If you take too long on a task, try it, come back to it. It's not gonna, you can't force yourself to get it done. You cannot stress about things. You just have to have the faith that it's gonna work. But utilize everything that's around you to get to your next step and your goal. This is how you become elevated. Not even elevated as a higher elevation, just in life in general. Like, you feel like you're stressed out, you feel like you need to do something, focus on what you have to do, and focus on your decisions too, and reap from your consequences too. You have to reap from your decisions, your consequences, from what you know you should have did for what you did. Cause it's not too late. The older we get, the harder it gets. But like, I changed my life around for a large amount of things. I was never a basically bad person per se, not even bad. I wasn't even into evil things. I was that one that was just chill, and I would just make my money, grind, go home. But I've done things that maybe I shouldn't have. But I'm saying, like, when I seen done things I shouldn't have, it was just slight things, like not even things I shouldn't have, simple shit. Something I was doing something I was supposed to be doing, wrong place, wrong time, so I seen something. So, it just does what it does. But now, my whole thing upon who I am, I always wanted to make residual legit income. I've been spitting this out into the universe for like over 10 years, and it has not yet had to happen, but it will happen. It's happening every day by day, the step of that process and that step of that process. But it's going to be ludicrously possible. It's going to be in my ludicrousy. He's talking about, yeah, stop lying. Ain't no roach on the wall. But there's bugs that come down here sometimes. It is a basement, but thankful that this house doesn't have one. Thank you for the hearts. But yeah, again, from who I am, life is gonna life for me because of the way that everything around it and how I am, how I perceive it is set up. My dad told me the other day, well, not even the other day, this was like months ago, and just stuck with me. I walked into to his house, and he was like, and I asked him something, this and that, and he was like, well, KJ, this is how the life that you made it. This is the life that you made. And I looked at him, I'm like, huh? But that was before I even knew of what was going on with the world today. The world is everly changing, and new things are coming to into our face. So when you say something you can't do something, it just shows you I know how you really can do it. And yeah, so with that being said, thank you guys for being on this live. We got 80 people on this live right now. I really appreciate you all. I may hop back up on here. I don't want to leave you guys, but I want to save this live, and I want to post it on YouTube just because just because yeah, if you guys are in here, if you want to send me a heart, send me a sign off gift or whatever, go ahead and do so. But I'm not about to be on here for too long. I probably want to be on here for like a couple more minutes. You guys have any questions, go ahead and ask me some questions, whatever it is. Don't be afraid, okay? Don't be afraid. You guys can ask me anything. Just because I'm talking don't mean like you guys can't interact with me. You probably already have. Let me look at some of these. Merry bless you guys. Merry Christmas. Sup. Hey, what's up? Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and send your favorite color heart in here before I sign off. Bless you guys. Merry Christmas. Until my mind blown. Yeah, I'm glad I can go live on here and spit this knowledge to you guys. We got 86 people in here. We've been alive for an hour. Again, if you guys have any more questions, let me know. What knowledge? What's my favorite smoothie flavor? My favorite smoothie flavor would have to be like Pope Passion from Pope. It's like it's different fruit inside. It's like dragon fruit, oranges, peach. It's so good. I love smoothies. What knowledge? If you go to my YouTube or go to my page on TikTok, I have different type of videos on different aspects of the world. What's my favorite game? The first game that came to my head was Kingdom Hearts, but I love RPGs. I love role-playing games. I love shooters. I love fighting games. I love RPGs, shooters, fighting games, open world games, no matter what it is. So like right now, the game that I'm playing right now is Kakarot, and that's like basically an open world fighting RPG game. So yeah, thank you all the better for for muting them. But yeah, so it's just a lot. It's a lot that goes with it. I'm gonna come back on here on live again with you guys. I'll be right back. Like literally right back.